So, you've got yourself a Yorkshire Terrier. Congratulations. You've just welcomed a tiny tornado of fur, attitude, and energy into your life. Yorkies are small, sassy, and convinced they own the world, including your house, your bed, and every snack you ever attempt to eat in front of them. But here's the thing. Just because they're small doesn't mean they're invincible. Yorkies may look like living teddy bears, but trust me, they have zero tolerance for nonsense. There are rules when it comes to taking care of a Yorkie. So, to help you avoid becoming the worst human your Yorkie has ever judged, here are 8 things you must never do to your Yorkshire Terrier. 1. Never skip their grooming. You know that silky, flowing hair that makes a Yorkie look like a tiny runway model? Yeah, that takes work. Yorkies don't have fur. They have hair, just like us. Which means if you don't brush it daily, it turns into a mat of knots so thick, it could trap small objects. And once their hair mats, you basically have 2 options. Spend an entire afternoon detangling it while your Yorkie plots your demise. Take them to a groomer, who will look at you like you just dragged a tumbleweed into their salon. Yorkies need grooming, and if you let them go full, wild beast mode, they will look at you with pure betrayal. 2. Never treat them like a toy. I get it. Yorkies are tiny. But just because they're small enough to fit in a handbag doesn't mean they want to be carried like one. Yorkies have big personalities, and they like to walk, explore, and assert their dominance over every sidewalk they step on. If you're carrying your Yorkie 24/7, you're basically telling them, "Hey, buddy, I know you have legs, but I don't trust you with them." And trust me, they will remember this insult. Yorkies want to run, sniff, and chase things, even if that thing is 10 times their size. Let them be the fierce little adventurers they were born to be. 3. Never ignore their training. You ever see a Yorkie with no manners? It's like watching a tiny CEO who thinks they run the company, but have never actually worked a day in their life. Yorkies are smart, independent, and stubborn, which is a dangerous combination if you don't train them. If you skip training, your Yorkie will train you. And trust me, they are way better at it than you are. A Yorkie without rules will bark at everything, including ghosts, the wind, and their own reflection. Steal food like it's their full-time job. Decide that pee pads are a suggestion, not a requirement. You don't have to turn them into a circus performer, but at least teach them the basics. Otherwise, you'll wake up one day and realize you're just a butler in your Yorkie's kingdom. 4. Never leave them alone for too long. You know that clingy friend who gets mad if you don't text back in 5 minutes? That's a Yorkie. Yorkshire Terriers hate being alone. They don't sit there thinking, some nice alone time. No, they immediately go into full panic mode. Your Yorkie will sit by the door like a dramatic Victorian widow waiting for her husband to return from war. And if you leave them alone too often, congratulations, you've just created a tiny, 4-legged opera singer who will howl like they're auditioning for a tragedy. If you work long hours, consider a pet sitter, a dog walker, or just getting a second Yorkie so they can judge the world together. 5. Never let them act like they're 100 pounds. Yorkies suffer from something called big dog syndrome. This is a condition where a 7-pound dog thinks it can take down a 120-pound Rottweiler and win. Yorkies love to pick fights with bigger dogs, and they genuinely believe they can win every single one. And you know what? That's your job to stop. If you see your Yorkie puffing up like it's about to challenge a Great Dane to a duel, you need to be the voice of reason. Because let's be honest, your Yorkie has the heart of a lion but the body of a stuffed animal. They won't win that fight. Ever. 6. Never overfeed them. Listen, I know it's hard to say no to those big, pleading eyes. But Yorkies have zero self-control when it comes to food. They will eat until they explode if you let them. And an overweight Yorkie? That's bad news. Too much weight leads to joint problems, back issues, a Yorkie that looks like a tiny, angry potato with legs. Yorkies are small. Their calorie intake should match their size, not their ambition. So yes, give them treats, but don't turn your Yorkie into a little round loaf of fluff. 7. Never skip their vet visits. Yorkies are small but mighty, but they're also prone to certain health issues. Dental problems? Yeah. Luxating patella? You bet. A stomach so sensitive that one wrong snack could cause an international crisis? Absolutely. Skipping vet visits is like ignoring the check engine light on your car. You might not notice a problem until it's too late. So, do your Yorkie a favor. Keep up with their vet checkups. Because nothing is worse than a Yorkie who doesn't feel well and decides to tell you about it all day long. 8. Never forget that they think they're royalty. A Yorkshire Terrier doesn't just live in your house. They rule it. They expect the best food, the best bed, and the best spot on the couch. They will judge your life choices with a single look. They will demand attention like they're the lead singer of a famous rock band. And guess what? You signed up for this. Owning a Yorkie means accepting that you are now the humble servant of a 7-pound diva. So don't fight it. Just embrace the chaos, the attitude, and the unlimited love that comes with it. Final thoughts. Yorkshire Terriers are tiny, fearless, dramatic, and hilarious. They will test your patience, steal your food, and bark at things you can't even see. But they will also love you like no other dog can. Take care of them, respect their attitude, and above all, never forget that in their mind, they're the true king or queen of your home. And honestly, they're probably right.